Hello, hello. Welcome to Thursday Night Tarot Time with Tova. I'm Tova. So, how's your week been? I can tell you there's been a break in my life. There's been a break in the pressure, a little relief in the pressure, a little storm that came to change the pressure. You know what it's like. You live in Essex County. If you're from around here, you live in Essex County, you know. Surrounded by those Great Lakes, starts to get a little humid, starts to get a little heavy. The air gets heavy, feels oppressive, really hard to move. And then a storm comes, and the storms rage, and the lightning flashes, and the thunder rolls. And when it's all said and done, everything's a little bit cooler. That heat has broken, that pressure has lifted. So for me, that looked like a storm that came through to ease the pressure. Sometimes that's what we need, is a good storm. Don't fear the storm. Don't fear the storm. All right, folks. So I just did my hair. I got my hair did. It took me 3 days by the time I got it done. We went back to the French curls on the ends with the tinsel added in with nice length to it. So yeah, my mermaid hair, not the tresses, the extra pieces this time. Those were a nightmare to detangle all the time, so I don't think I'll be doing that again, but I love this. So with all of that said and done, let's get to the reading. So today I have the Energy Oracle, and I have the Modern Witches Tarot as the clarifiers, okay? So one more shuffle for the Energy Oracle, and a reminder that I do parties. I do personal readings. I do individual personal readings. Oh, slow connection. Let me fix that. Better. All right. So let's get to it. Just remember, I do personal readings. I do parties. I do baby showers. I do bridal showers. I do birthday parties. I've done, what was another one I did? Birthday parties, baby shower, bridal party, birthday party, girls' night. I've done girls' nights. Yeah, if that's something that you're interested in, setting something up, talk to me. I'm down. I'll set up a party. I'll work a party. I like those. All right, so without further ado, let's get to the message. Let's call them in. Angels, guides, ancestors of all those who tune in now and those who tune in on the replay. Help us get clear-guided messages. Use me as a channel for only the highest, most beneficial light for all those listening. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Ashe. All right, let's see what we need to say, what we need to hear. Hi, Sandra. How are you? Good to see you. Welcome on this full moon. We are a full moon in Leo. Loving it. My moon's in Leo. I'm all about Leo. So is my ascendant. Let's see what comes out on this full moon, or on this new moon. This new moon in Leo tonight. Okay, you didn't come out. Tell me. Angel of love, storm warning, and strategy. Okay, so now, for those who just tuned in, you might have missed what I just said about storms coming to clear the pressure, that when there's a lot of pressure and the air is very humid and very heavy, a storm can come through and clear the pressure. In the same way, when there's a lot of heaviness in our energy, when there's a lot of heaviness and just oppression and feeling just overwhelmed, when we have a storm come through, that can clear out some of that pressure, that can clear some things. So what we have now is kind of a confirmation of that with storm warning, strategy, and angel of love. Okay. So what this means, what this message means, make a plan. Okay. Strategy, make a plan to focus on unconditional love, angel of love, when the storms come. Okay. So for whoever this message is for, you are meant to know that whenever this storm comes to clear the pressure, right? We were just talking about it. When everything, the heaviness, the overwhelming, it just feels like it's pushing you down and weighing you down. That pressure. The storms come to clear it away, but the storms tend to be chaos. The storms tend to be, choppy waters and broken things and tornadoes and lots of wind and lightning and loud and big. Okay. Storms that are big, but They come to clear the pressure. When the storm comes, don't fight the storm. Don't resist the storm. Don't try to fight it. Meet it with unconditional love. Make a plan. Tell yourself now, my intention, and tell yourself that's it. I'm going to do it. The next storm that comes, I'm going to stand in unconditional love through the storm. Okay. Let's clarify this message. Okay. 5 of Swords in the reverse. Yeah. Let go of feeling like you have to defend yourself. Let go of feeling like you need to compete. Okay. 5 of Wands is competing. 5 of Wands is the competition. 5 of Wands is everybody fighting to be the best, to be the right one, to be the winner. Let go of that when this storm comes. Okay. So I have a feeling this is going to be in a partnership. Yeah. There's a 3 of Swords on the bottom of the deck. This is something that when the storm comes, it's going to break your heart. Okay. It's going to feel like the person who's having the storm is just going to stab you. Okay. They're just going to, okay. But the advice that's being given here is instead of picking up your staff and competing with, oh yeah, you hurt me, let me hurt you. Oh yeah, you did this, let me give it back. Oh yeah, you're going to fight for it, well, let me fight for it. Instead of that energy, when they come in and they break your heart, let go of that and meet them instead with unconditional love. Understand that what they are doing is they are easing the pressure. Okay. They are easing the overwhelming, everything feels overwhelming and heavy. And they are trying to release the overwhelming and heavy sensation. So to do that, they need to have a blow up. They need to start a fight. Don't take the bait. Don't let it break your heart. Okay. Step back from it and meet it with unconditional love and recognize that they are letting off some of the pressure. It is not personal. Okay. What else do we need to hear? What's on the bottom of the deck? Healer of the Ages is in reverse. Yeah. The person who's going to let off steam is working through their healing. You can't take it personal. Okay. It's not personal. It's not about you. You can't take it personal. Okay. Try your best not to. Okay, that's a chunk. We have the sun in reverse. We have the 3rd chakra upright, and we have the temple path in reverse. Okay, so we have here, I think, a confirmation for you to recognize that the unhappiness that happens, the darkness, the shadows, are what happens when someone is not walking their path. Be confident, know your value and your worth, and recognize that when they are in their darkness, when they are in their shadows, okay, the sun in reverse, when they are in the dark, okay, when they are walking in the dark, similar message to last week, keep the heart open, when they are walking in the dark and choosing to walk away from their destined path, okay, I've been hearing this all day, their dharma, okay. The temple path is your soul's path. That's your dharma. Okay. According to the Buddhists, your dharma is the path, your soul's path. When you choose to walk your soul's path, you get good karma. That's what good karma is. It's not just good energy for good deeds. That's not, it's about being authentic, walking your dharma, your temple path. If you are walking a path that is not your temple path, you are going to have bad luck, bad karma. You're going to have bad luck. And that's because you are not where you are supposed to be. You are supposed to be on your temple path. When you choose to take the path, when you choose to walk in the path you're supposed to, just like we've been always saying, when you are in alignment, everything just happens. Everything just flows. The opportunities just arrive. When you are in alignment, you are in flow. When you are in flow, you are on your dharma. When you are on your dharma, you get good karma. You see? This person, this darkness, okay, this bad luck is because they're not walking their dharma, their path. Know what your worth is, okay? Know that that's not you, that's them. It's their dharma. It's their karma because they are not doing their dharma. Okay? Clarify this, please. The Emperor in reverse. Yup. The Chariot, though, is on the bottom. Okay, so the Emperor in reverse. So this means we are talking about, I'm willing to say, because it's the Emperor, a divine masculine. Okay, a divine masculine, because if it was just a masculine we were talking about, it would be a king. We are talking about a divine masculine as the Emperor, because the Emperor embodies all four kings. So in order to be the divine masculine, you have to embody all aspects of self. That's the divine masculine. This divine masculine keeps resisting the call. Okay, this Emperor keeps resisting the call to step into his divinity. We even see the Ankh, which I believe is eternal life under the Egyptian system. We see horns. We see a crown. Okay. This Emperor, again, the Emperor is all four kings. This is in the reverse. So remember what we're clarifying here is the darkness, Sun in reverse, is happening to them because they are refusing to walk their path. They're refusing their dharma. They're getting bad karma. Know your worth. Okay. I think that's what they are working on too. That is the lesson they are working on, is learning to understand their value, but they are not yet there. Emperor in reverse. Okay. First chakra in reverse is on the bottom of the deck. Feeling unstable, feeling insecure. Okay, I think this is the energy of this masculine, this Emperor, feeling unstable, feeling insecure. Okay. Laura, just joining us. First message that came out is unconditional love and strategy. Make a plan to have unconditional love with storm warning when these storms come. Five of Wands in reverse. Don't get defensive. Don't try to compete. Meet it with unconditional love. I figured that would resonate for you. Okay. What else do we need? All right. Well, there we go. That one's loud. We have envy in reverse. This person is trying to learn to let go of envy. Hey, so with envy in reverse, they're trying to let go of looking at the life they want and wishing they had something other than what they have. Listen, I've been there. Okay. That means this person, even though they're resisting the path, they're kind of walking the path. Why? Because I remember this point of my journey. And I still do this. I still do this. Where I look at what I wish I had. Sometimes I'll watch a romantic movie and I'll see a masculine who is loving and caring and kind and compassionate and like goes out of his way for the woman he loves. And I sit there and I'm like, I wish I had that. I wish that was the dynamic that I had. But what that means is I'm in this energy. I'm in the envy energy. I'm looking at something and saying, that's not what I have. And I wish I had something other than what I have. And when I'm in that energy, I'm sure my divine masculine is echoing that because that's how it works. But it fixes itself when I step back and go, you know what? I'm going to appreciate what I have. Maybe it's not what the ultimate goal would be, #couple goals, but it's still pretty freaking awesome. And sitting in that and looking at, yeah, it is pretty amazing. Yeah, I do have something that's worthwhile. Yeah, I am going to let go of wishing I had something other than what I have. And I'm going to appreciate what I do have. Okay. Let's clarify this. Envy in reverse, please. Knight of Wands in reverse, 3 of Wands upright. Okay. So the energy of watching your ships come in, waiting to take action, or you put some plans in motion, along with Knight of Wands, but in reverse, slowing things down, not being so quick to jump into action. So I think for this particular Emperor in reverse, what's happening is he's learning to sort of see what the path unfolds, 3 of Wands, see how the path unfolds in front of him, and not being so quick to want to take action, being so fiery, because Wands can be that's energy. It can be very intense, very fiery, not being so fiery. 4 of Swords is on the bottom, doing some healing after some heartbreak. Man with the heart in reverse on the bottom. Yeah. So we are definitely talking about an Emperor who is not embodying his entire Emperor status. He is holding back. He is withholding love. I just heard withholding was the specific word that I heard. He is withholding his love. because he's doing some healing right now. He's working on some healing. Okay. What else do we need to hear? Okay. That was a chunk. Hang on. Okay. Now we have a woman holding a coin upright, and we have appreciation in the reverse. So this is now a feminine who is very focused on her physical world right now, very focused on the 3D physical world. But she's so focused on the physical world that she's only seeing the negatives. Okay. The appreciation card talks about some people can be surrounded by roses, but only see the thorns. Okay. When it's in reverse position, there's a focus on the thorns. You're only seeing the bad stuff. You're only seeing the painful stuff. Okay. As you're focused on this 3D physical world, you can only see the bad things because you've forgotten that there are good things there. Okay. Clarify this message, please. Okay. The 4 of Swords with the 3 of Cups on the bottom. Okay. Yeah. So this is something that you're healing to. Okay. This is something that you are also working on. If you were identifying as the divine feminine here in this feminine part, you're also working on doing some healing. You're also working on learning to heal through the focusing on the negatives. Okay. And you're doing a good job with 3 of Cups on the bottom. You're doing a good job, actually. Like, don't knock yourself. Don't, dismiss what you're able to do, because you're actually doing a fantastic job. Doing good. Keep going. All right. Anxiety in reverse on the bottom. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Keep going. You're actually doing well. What I also just heard was don't worry about him. Don't worry about what he's doing. Don't worry about where the Emperor is. You are on your own thing. You are doing your own thing. You need to focus on doing the healing work, to let go of wishing you had something other than what you have, to appreciate what you do have, to see the roses and not just the thorns. Don't stop stressing, stop worrying. Let him do his work. You do your work. Okay. What else do we need to hear? Okay. Journey. Yeah. So this is, and it's funny because it flopped when I went to pick it up. So it's taking pauses on the journey, but I think you're both on the journey. Okay. They're resisting their temple path. I said that. But again, I believe that it's their dharma they're resisting, not the journey, but they don't want to admit that their path is what their path is. I think they're maybe embarrassed about it. I don't know. There's something about where their soul's path is supposed to take them where they don't really feel comfortable going in that direction. I don't know why, but that's their darkness. That's their shadows. That's the stuff that they have to confront and have a look at and understand that it's not real. Okay. That it's only in their mind. It's their own mental limitation. It's not actually a real limitation, but this is the journey, right? And for the feminines who are doing this, it's seeing that there is beautiful stuff, and stop looking at what something else is and saying, gee, I wish I had that. And instead looking at the appreciation of what you do have. Okay. Yeah. Goddess of the Moon is on the bottom of the deck. You are the Goddess of the Moon. You are the divine feminine. I was saying that you're the divine feminine. So as the divine feminine, your journey is to continue healing. That's what the divine feminine does. You heal. Don't worry about where he is. You worry about healing. Okay. Don't worry about the Emperor. You just be the Empress. Okay. Clarify journey, please. Okay. Ace of Cups in the reverse. You're taking your journey, but I think the journey is self-care, self-love, because with the cup in reverse, Ace of Cups in reverse is generally pouring from an empty cup, overgiving, giving so much that you have nothing. Hi, Sarah. So giving so much, this would be filling your own cup, right? This would be filling your cup of love, giving yourself the care and attention and connecting with divine and all that stuff that fills that cup and makes you feel so good and makes your heart feel fantastic. Okay. But it's in reverse. Okay. Which generally says pouring from your cup until there's nothing left in your cup, overgiving till there's nothing left in your cup. So I think the journey here, is about each person learning to fill their own cup, learning to stand in their own sovereignty. I just heard 6 of Wands in reverses on the bottom, facing the things that you did wrong, looking at where you've messed up, looking at your mistakes, your defeats. 6 of Wands in reverse, defeats, loss, looking at where you messed up. Okay. For whoever this is for. Okay. You didn't. You did. Okay. You still take it. Okay. That's why. Oh my God. That's why. Okay. So the first card that it flipped was Door to Romance. And there was a card that was popping out, but it didn't fall. And I wasn't going to take it, but I took it anyway. It's Sixth Sense with intuition. Okay. So what they're saying is trust your intuition that the door to romance will reopen. And here's the kicker. On the bottom of the deck is happy family. Okay. Trust your intuition that the door to romance will reopen and you will have a happy family. Intuitively, you know this. Intuitively, you both know this. But you just caught up in the ego stories and the darkness and the shadows and the pain and the, listen, if y'all like this healing stuff and like you're all about facing your demons and facing your patterns and facing the darkness inside you, oh my God, watch K-pop Demon Hunters. Oh my God, it's all about facing the darkness, facing your patterns. They give you a visual pattern, but if you want to take it into the healing realm, facing the patterns of behavior, the patterns of thought, the patterns of getting caught and sucked up in the emotions of it's never gonna get there and defeatistness, patterns, seeing your patterns, accepting yourself. So with Door to Romance and Sixth Chakra, okay, happy family, pay attention to the patterns. It's gonna be okay. Okay, do your work. Okay, clarify this message. The Ace of Swords upright, 10 of Wands upright. Okay, this has been a heavy burden. This worry about the door to romance, this worry about trusting your intuition. Your intuition says that the door will reopen, but you're not seeing it reopen. So you're like, what the heck? Maybe I'm wrong. It's been a burden, but Ace of Swords comes with clarification. There's going to be clarity. You're going to understand. Okay. Underneath that, the Magician. Yes, the Magician, because you are the one that changes your reality. Why? Glad you asked. Because genuinely, it is your perception that changes it. No, your perception does not change how your person acts. However, your perception by saying it is not my responsibility to be worried about how they're going to respond. I need to stand in my integrity. And as long as I can face myself and know that I stood in my power, but I was still respectful, kind, loving, compassionate, but spoke my truth, then you know you are in the right place. If they freak out, that is not on you. That is their lesson to work on. That is their thing of when they freak out, how to handle that. Not your job, okay? But remember, as we started with the beginning, make a plan to stand in unconditional love when the storms come through. Don't get in there like, oh yeah, this, well, how about this? That's the competition. That's the Five of Wands. Don't get into competition. Don't get into the, oh yeah, sort of stuff. Don't do that. Instead, meet it with unconditional love. Let them speak what they need to say. Do not defend yourself. You do not need to defend yourself because the thing is, they're not going to hear you. That's like trying to get them to change what, as they're telling you a dream and you're like, well, this is how the dream should have looked. They can't hear you because they are telling you what their experience was, for good or not. When their demons are coloring what they see, they're going to end up saying things that are somewhat hurtful. Okay? This is not, it's not okay, but understand that this is their pressure release valve. And if they're doing the work, they will come and repair after. They will come and say, oh my gosh, I got a little heated. I'm sorry. It is not your job to force that. Your job instead is to stand. I just got a flicker. That was weird. Like a time jump. That was very strange. Okay. Your job is to stand in unconditional love. That is all. Okay. You are the one, by changing your viewpoint, by changing how you see it, by not turning them into the villain, by not saying, oh my God, they're never going to change. Oh my God, it's always going to be like this. That defeatist attitude, we saw that before with the Six of Wands in reverse, the losses. That defeatist attitude is what gives you more of that because you're expecting them to act that way. Maybe they'll surprise you, but If they do act in that pattern that you're worried they're going to act in, then what happens is that you just go, well, see, they're never going to change. It just but Source is asking you instead to stand in unconditional love and step back from it and see that they are working through a pattern. They are working through their demons. You don't need to react to it. You don't need to take it on. You don't need to go, oh yeah, you don't need to get defensive. You don't let them work through their pattern. Okay. Meet them. I'm not saying that you need to stay. You could get up and leave. Use your boundaries. Exercise your use of boundaries. Okay. You should be. If you're standing in your power, you should be. Goddess of the moon, Empress. You should be standing in your power and exercising your boundaries. But give them an opportunity to speak. Let them share some of the demons that they're battling. Hear them out. Don't defend. Stand in a space of love. Okay. Any final message? Okay. The Tower in reverse and the Queen of Swords in reverse with the King of Wands on the bottom in reverse. Okay. Listen, the bad shit's already done. Okay. It's time to start rebuilding. The tower is down. The structure that was poorly built, the things that were not sustainable, it's been dealt with. Okay. The tower's down. There's no need to keep worrying about the tower falling. It's time now to begin rebuilding and not just making this decision from a logical space, but meeting it from a heart space. Okay. King of Wands in reverse says, slow down. Okay. You haven't mastered the energy yet. The energy has not been mastered yet. Okay. Slow down. Work on it. You're still working on it. Okay. No need to freak out. Indecision is coming out. You don't know what choice to make. Yeah. If this tower has fallen, there's going to be a question on whether or not, whether or not the tower is going to fall, whether or not that's the end of it. But I'm telling you, the tower's fallen. Okay. So make the choice to stand, as we saw at the beginning, in unconditional love. Okay. In the non-competition. And remember that your person is healing. You're healing. Okay. Don't just look at the negatives. See it with appreciation. See the positives. See what's good. Don't look at something else and say, I wish I had that. Appreciate what you have. Look at the beauty in what you have. Okay. Trust your intuition. Everything, they'll put the burden down. Stronger footings. Yes, Dawn, you are accurate. That is absolutely right. Stronger footings. But also remember, we saw this. This is the journey. Okay. This is what you're supposed to be doing. You are right where you are supposed to be, and they are right where they are supposed to be. Nobody is in the wrong spot. With journey like this, you're in the right place. You're right where you're supposed to be, right when you're supposed to be. They're right where they're supposed to be, in the right timing. Everything is going according to plan. There's no need to stress. There's no need to worry. Spend time on self-love. Spend time on self-care. Take care of yourself. Take care of your needs. Stop over-giving to other people, especially in this relationship. Stop being the one that reaches out all the time. Stop being the one that puts more than half effort, because it should be everybody's meeting in the middle. If one person's always here and this person's always reaching all the way over to get it because they're here, they need to meet you in the middle. So that's where that, where was it? I guess that was a message I got. Knight of Cups in reverse. Stop offering that love. If they're over here, they need to come here and meet you here. Okay. So allow yourself to be in a space of loving self. Fill your own cup. Stop pouring from an empty cup. Stop giving to the point of emptiness. Fill your own cup. Do things that make you feel good. Be with your people. Take care of yourself. Don't forget the 6 types of self-care. I have a podcast episode on that. Again, my show is called Get In, We're Going Healing. Get in, we're going healing. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all the podcast channels, and YouTube. And there's an episode on 6 types of self-care. Being with your people, spending time in community. That's a type of self-care. Reading a good book, something that intellectualizes your mind, a good article. That's a form of self-care. Okay. Eating good food, exercising, those are forms of self-care. Okay. Self-care is not simply getting a mani-pedi, though it can be. There are 6 different styles of self-care. And we should be honoring all of them. We should be making time for our community. We should be making time for enriching our minds. We should be making time for fun. We should be making time for taking care of our physical vessel. All of those things. We should be making time for that self-care. So if your cup is empty and you have not been doing those things, you are being asked to do some self-care. Okay. Do some self-work. All right, Tamala, let's see what's coming for you. Anything coming for Tamala, please? What's up? Okay. Tamala, we have the 9 of Swords coming up. So there's something coming up for you that is stressing you out. Something that is either currently stressing you out, it's either happening right now, or it's going to be happening, something that's going to be messing with your head, keeping you up at night. Advice, please. What is her advice? 10 of Pentacles, King of Cups. Understand that you will have everything that you need. Open your heart, manage or control your emotions. King of Cups, be the master of your emotions. Okay. You will have everything taken care of, everything that you need. Okay. Don't stress so much. Everything will be taken care of. Okay. Just don't let it stress you out. Okay. Hope that makes sense. Temperance is on the bottom for you. Things are coming into balance. You're balancing yourself out. You're integrating different parts. Don't see the stresses as real things. They're things that are going on inside your head. They're anxiety inside your head. We already saw that coming up here of let go of your worry. There's things that are inside your head. Don't worry so much about it. Okay. All right, guys. I hope that it found you. I hope let go of attachment is on the bottom. Let go of your attachment to outcomes. Allow things to unfold the way that they are meant to unfold without being attached to how you think it should look when it shows up. I hope this found who it was meant to find, and I will see you guys next week. Love and light. Bye.